Yeah, is my screen is visible to everyone? You're able to see my screen, right? Lakshman Subaraidu, is my screen is visible?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, fine. Okay. So now in the today's class, in the previous class, what we have studied, we have seen what is the Power BI, what are the different type of the views which are there in the Power BI, and we have seen about what is the Power BI, how the Power BI interface looks. So we have seen the different types of the panes. What is formula pane, what is query pane, what is data pane, what is ribbon pane, what is Power Query ribbon. So those are the topics that we have discussed yesterday. Now let us see some type of information how we can able to see make some transformation in the Power Query and how it will be helpful for you to understand some basic concepts related to the Power BI desktop. So let us see with the, let us go by example, and let us see and how you can make some basic transformation in Power BI. Okay, so let me open the Power BI desktop here. This is the Power BI desktop. Let us open the Power BI desktop and let us solve some examples so that it can be easy for you to understand. Yeah. This is the Power BI desktop. So let us go to the report view. So I will go to the new view. Right. So now, right now, this is the Power BI desktop. This is the interface that we have looked out. Now, let me open. Now, the first few classes I already said we'll be discussing with the Power Query, right? So how to go to from Power, once you install the Power BI desktop, this is the interface that you will look over here. Now, if you want to go to the Power Query, which is useful for transforming your data, you need to click on this transform data. Yes, right. Once you click on the transform data, this is the interface Power Query Editor. This will be open to you. So from here, you can transform your data. Now, let us take some simple example and we'll go step by step. Right now, when you look at this home option, you have one file called as new source. What is meant by new source means from here also you can connect to any new data. Suppose any Excel file or something Excel file which is stored in your desktop. From this Power Query, if you want to connect to the data source, if you want to bring some Excel or some data from SQL Server, you can click from here. Like when you click on this new source, see, there will be an Excel book. So when you click on Excel, from here that you can connect to the data sources. If the file is stored in the Excel that you can connect over here. So I'm clicking over here. See Excel, it is open. Now in the desktop, I have one any type of some file I want to bring the file which is there in the Excel. So I want to bring this HR data or something. Say I will click on this HR data. And once you click on open, the HR data Excel which is stored in your desktop, see in the desktop, when you click on open, see the HR file, the data will be, the Excel will be loaded here. See, it will show this is HR data. Once you click on select, see what are the columns which are there in that HR data, it will be visible to you. Once you click on OK, now the HR table, see HR data is the table that it will came into the Power Query. So this is called as queries. What we have discussed in yesterday's class, the tables in the Power Query, we name it as queries. So any new table that you connect from here, you can click on the new source. That table will be added in this query pane. This query and table are one and the same. Now, after that, you can see there is an option called as recent sources. What is meant by recent sources? What are the what are the data sources you have connected? I'm saying what is data source means what? The place where the organizations will store the data, we call it as data source. The data source may be Excel. If they store data in SQL Server, it is called SQL Server is the data source. If they store in Oracle database, Oracle database is their data source. That means recent sources means what are the while doing the operation, what are the recent sources that we have connected? You can see here. See, I have loaded HR data previously, right? Recently, that is yesterday's sample suppose the data we have loaded. Employee sample data we have loaded. So this exit I have loaded previously while explaining to some other students. So what are the reasons if you want to see what are the recent sources that have connected? I can click on the recent sources. I can see what are the tables or what are the Excel files that are need connected. It may be Excel file, it may be SQL Server. The recent sources what we have connected, you can present, you can see here. And third one, enter data. I have already said what is the enter data. If you want to create any manual tables that you can create. See, yesterday we have created, right? Click on this, enter data. So column name we have created as name. In this column name, we have give as mobile number. So I'm click name as Janardhan and mobile number I'm giving as 80966766423. And the table name I want to give as we have discussed yesterday. So candidate details instead of information candidate details. When I click on OK, see one table will be created. See candidate details, a new table is created manually. So this with the help of this enter data, you can click on the data source. Now data source setting manage parameters that we'll be discussing in the next class that as the time progresses, the data source setting, manage parameter, refresh preview, advanced editor, we'll be discussing over in the next class. Now, first we'll complete this choose columns, rows, remove rows, split column, group by. These are the small options that we can discuss today. And as the time progress, you can go to the some other concepts. Now, suppose I'm in the orders table. Okay, let us see order. Suppose in the orders table. So yesterday we have made some transformation. You have extracted here uppercase test. These are some changes we have did. So I am removing it. Okay. Now, what is the yesterday we have seen about the here in this we have in the transform tab we have seen some functions related to the date, right? So I am what I am moving. If I am selecting this order date, my requirement is I want to move this order date to one step left or one step right, or I want to bring this to beginning starting, or I want to bring to end. How you can do it? So if I select this, there is an option called as move. When I click on left, it will go one step left. Okay, see left, it will go order ID before order ID it came. If I click on one step right, so after order ID it will come. So it will go one step right after order ID in between order and ship ID it will come. See move one step right. So in this order ID after order ID, order date and ship date. So one step right. Now you may ask me, sir, I want to bring this order date to at the starting point and how I can bring the data to the starting point. One second. Class loan. Yeah, I want to bring this the data. Yeah, order date. I want to move this data, this order data. I want to bring to move to the starting. Okay, see move to the beginning. That means starting. So when you click on beginning, the order date it will become the first column. So like that you can move it. And if I select this order date, I want to move to the end. You can click on end. Now order date will become at the end over here. So like that, you can move the data into the different spaces. Now what happened? Now I will make some transformation in this order date. What is my requirement from this order date? If somebody is asking you, I want to extract only year from it. So yesterday we have discussed how to extract the year. You can select the order date, go to this date and click on year. Just click on year. Now see, before you have the order date, month, year, only year got extracted. And whatever the steps you have performed, those performed will be present over here. See, extracted here, a step will be created. That is called as applied steps. Whatever the steps you perform for every operation, it will create one step over here. Now, if you want to go one step back, you will click on back and you will go one step. Now, if you want to extract in the from date, if you extract the month, that means 11, 11, 6, 10. You can go to the date here, month, you can click on month. See, only the month in between day, month, year. So only month is extracted 11, 11, 10, only month name and a step is created. as extracted month. In the same way, if I select this same one in the order date, go to the date column. Now, instead after extracted, I want to extract a year, start of the year. So if I click on start of the year, what year will start? Every year starts with which year? January 1st of that particular year, right? So when I click on start of the year, for every year, you will get what is the first date in that particular year you will get. So 2016, what is the first date? January 1st, 2016. For all dates, what is the first date you will get? So here 2015, that January 2000, January 1st, 2015 is the first day. For 2015, January 1st, 2014 year. So for all the dates, what is the start year? What is the start date in that particular you will get? And a applied step is created, calculated start of the year. That means, logically for every month or every year will start from January. So for that particular year, we'll get 1st January 2016. Now, if I remove this, you go one step back. If I click on end of the year, what it will select in the date end of year? What is the last date in that particular year? What is the last date in any particular year? December 31st is the last day. For all the years you can see, you will get the December 31st in that particular year. Okay, 31/12/2016, 31/12 for 2016, 31/12 for 2015, 31/12. That means it calculated the end of the year. So in a particular year, if you want to calculate at the end of the year, you can click on the end of the year. That means on that particular year, what is the end date you will be getting over here. This type of the example will come in the coming example. I can help you where is the actually use case scenario where the start of the year and end of the year will be useful for you. Suppose you have taken the loan. So how many days are left in that particular year? In that calculation, you will create additional column end of the year and you will subtract from the present date from the end of the year to present date and you can calculate how many days are left. So that we will be discussing while discussing among the formulas in the DAX. But as far of now in the Power Query, how you can calculate the end of the year, just remember. So I want to remove this step. Again, you go back to the order ID. Now year is completed, month. You know how to extract the month. And what is meant by start of the month? If you want to extract the start of the month, every month starts with January, right? So you will click for every month, the first on that particular month, what is the start date you will get? So for November, Jan for this November 1st is the first date. For every month, what is the start date? So this is the June. The start date will be the June 1st. For October, what is the start date of particular month? That is 1st October. So for every month, that means for every month you will get the first date. So for every month, 01 will be the first date, right? So the start of the month means whatever the month. So if it is October 13th, it will give us October 1st. So this is how you can calculate for the calculated start of a month. For a month, the starting date means the first of the day. So this is how you can calculate the start of a month. If a date is given, you want to find what is the start of the month. Every month will start from month first, right? So you can calculate the start of the month. And in the date, but end of the month will be different. When you calculate the end of the month, see some months will have 30 as the date. Some months you can see November, you have the last date is November 30 is the last date. But when you see December 31st is the last date. So for a particular month, what is the last possible date? If you want to calculate, you can calculate the end of the month. That means in this particular month, November 30 is the last date. So November 30 is the last date. For June, 30 is the last date. But for October, 31st is the last date. For October, you have the 31st as the last date. So this is how in a date column, you can calculate what is the last date. In the similar manner, again, I am going to one step back. If you in the month, if you calculate days in a month, so some months will have 20, suppose January, they will have 31st days. Suppose in the February, we have 28 days. Suppose June, we have 30 days. For October, you have 31 days. For June, we have 30 days. For December, you have 31st days. So if you want to calculate how many days are particular there in a month, You can select the order date and click on days in month. You can get over here. But if you want to see that a additional column should be created for this order date, I want to create that in a separate column. So in that condition, you can go to the add column. Okay, add column. You can, when you perform any operation through transform tab, this is the transform, the changes will takes place within that column only. So this date function, it is there in transform tab. If I make any changes, this within the column, the changes will takes place. But if you make same operation date in add column, what happens? This table will remain same, but a additional column will be created. In that additional column, you can find what are the changes you are implementing in the formula. So add column, you go to the date column. In the month, I am calculating the days of month. Now see, this order date will be like this only. A separate column is created. In this column, we can see this is November. November has 30 days. Now October, it has 31st days. June, it has 30 days. When you use add column, new column is created. In the new column, you will find the results and what are the changes you are applicable that will create a new column. But if you perform in the transform, this order date will change and within that column only you will find the changes. They will ask. There are some options that are similar in transform tab. In add column also there are similar option. What is the difference you will find when you make any changes to transform tab and add column? For the interview, what you will ask? So if you perform any operation in the transform tab, within the column, the changes will take place. But if I perform any operation through add column, a separate column will be added at the end. And in that column, the changes will take place. So that is a simple example. Now in the date also you are seen in the month you have extracted how to end up days in a month and you want to extract the name of the month. See you are getting instead if you extract a month just a month 11, 11, 6, 10 like that we are getting. I don't want that. If 11 means instead of that I should get as a November. Instead of that I need to get as a November. Okay, right. So how you can get it? Now, this order date, you can go to date instead of month, you can select the name of the month. Now, in the add column, see a separate column will be created at the end. See this 11 means November, 11 November, 6 June, 10 October. Like this, you can extract the month name by using this date function. Okay. Now, apart from that quarter, now if you want to extract the quarter of a year, okay, from this date, now I am explaining, I want to extract. See, here we have seen what is the year, start of the year. See, once we go to the tab after the end of the Power Query, whatever it is a simple option or it is highly complicated option, whatever the options which are there, if there are 50 options are there in the Power Query, we will complete each and everything. What at the end of the Power Query, you will know from group by to ending of run Python script, each and every option that I will explain you live. And after that view tab also, if you go to the view tab, what is the use of each and every option? We will perform the operation of the line and we can see what is monospace, white space, column quality, advanced editor, query dependencies. So everything will be try to understand. At the end of the Power Query, if somebody asks at any point of time, if they point you what is the use of option, and every person attending the class will able to perform that operation by taking one example. Okay. See, in this order date, if I want to go to the add column, in the date column, you need to understand, see quarter. I want to extract the quarter of the year. So I am extracting the quarter of the year. See, in this order data, it is showing this 11, it is showing it as 4. So actually, how many days are, how many quarters will be there in a generally possible? So everybody can know, like generally, there will be 4 quarters, right? Quarter one, okay, quarter two, quarter three, and quarter four. So this everyone can understand. So what is meant by quarter one? From
January
one
to March.
month one to three, right? From Jan to March, that is quarter one. And what is quarter two? From April to 4 to
June.
April, May, June. Yeah, 4, 5, 6, 4, 4, 5, 6. So April, May, June. April to June. April, May, June. Now quarter 3. That means 7, 8, 9. Okay, from month 7 to 9. That means it is from month 7 means July. From July, August,
So
September, right? July to September. Now quarter 4, that means month 10 to month 12. So from what is the month name? October to December. So this is a general quarter because you need to understand quarter wise analysis. So this is the basic. Most of the exam candidates will know. Just I'm explaining. There are 4 quarters. Every month you have 3 months. 1 to Jan to March, April to June, July to September, October to December. So when you see here in this, for first you can see in this date, you are able to find which quarter this date is falling that we want to extract. So November, 8th. November means which quarter? The November bills will fall under, see, in October to December, 4th quarter, right? This is the quarter 4th. So you will get as a quarter 4 over here. See, for wherever November. So if you want to extract now, I want to extract only quarter 1 days. So I will want to extract the quarter 1 year. Okay. So all the dates of January, February, March only filtered over here in the order date. You can see here the dates of January, the dates of February, the dates of March. That means wherever the dates are January, February, March, you will get as a quarter 1. If you filter out quarter two means what? April, May, June. That means 4th month, 5th month, 6th month. So here June is a 6th month. Here 6th, April is a 4th month. If you want to open, you can see 4th month, April month data you will get. And you can go down 5th May month data you will get. And you can come down 6th April, May, June. That is quarter 2. So if you want to extract from order date, if you want to extract this date will falls on which quarter, just you need to click on the date and you need to click on the quarter of the year. So in which quarter that it will fall. Now, if you click on last quarter 4, if I take an example as quarter 4, October, November, December. So 10th month, 11th month, 12th month. See, you can see October, you can see 10th month, October. And if you scroll down, you will get the 11th month down. And in the final month, you can get in the down, you can give the 12th month. Okay. So that is called as the quarter of the month. Now, if I want to remove the filter, how just to click on here, you can click on clear filter. When you click on clear filter, the filter will be cleared. Okay, this is how we try to extract the quarter from here. Again, I'm taking the order date. If I click on the date, instead of the quarter, start of the quarter. So at particular month, what is the start of the quarter? If I click on the quarter, if I click on any click I click on the start of the quarter. That means, see, this is November 11th is falling on which quarter? Generally, 4th quarter. But start of the quarter means the 4th quarter is starting from which month that it will give. So 4th quarter will start from, suppose you have the November, 8/11 is the November. November is falling on which quarter? 4th quarter. But what is the start of the quarter? So we can see here, see November, if you see here, November is falling on 4th quarter. Yeah, October, November, December. So it is in between November, it is falling. That's why it is a quarter 4 it is giving. But what is the start of the quarter? So 4th quarter starts from October, right? October 1st is the start day of the quarter. So here it will give the start of the quarter. That means what is the start date of that particular quarter? It will give called as start of the quarter. So November is October, November, December. So November is falling on 4th quarter, but the start of the quarter is October 1st. So this is how. Now, when you when you go to the June or suppose November again, suppose if you click on August. So August fall on 3rd quarter. But what is the start of the quarter? So 3rd quarter starts from what? January, February, March, 1st quarter. April, May, June, 2nd quarter. July, August, September, 3rd quarter. So 3rd quarter starts from July. That means for the August 3rd quarter, the start of the quarter means July 1st. Okay. When you extract the start of the quarter, so whatever in that particular quarter, what is the start of that quarter, it will give. Okay. But if you extract only quarter, so on this date is falling on which quarter it will give. Okay. So 15/4/2024, it is April. Okay. 15/4 means April. So April means which quarter? Second quarter. What is the start of the second quarter? April starts from second quarter starts from April only. January, February, March, first quarter. April will be the second quarter. So what is the first day for the second quarter? April 1st, 2020, 2017. Start of the quarter means what is the start day of that particular quarter it will give. Okay. Now, in the order date also, if you want to extract the date, here start of the quarter, that means end of the quarter. If the November, if you say, if you see, I will click at the end of the quarter and you can able to understand. See, this is the date we have extracted. In this date, if I want to extract the quarter, so 11th means November. November will fall on the fourth quarter, right? That we have seen here. November will fall October to December. That means it is falling on November. That is quarter four you got. So that is fine, not a problem. But now not he is not asking you to quarter of the quarter. He is asking you end of the quarter. That means when you click on end of the quarter, what is the end date in that particular quarter it will give. So as November is falling on quarter four, what is the end month of the quarter four? December. And what is the end date of the quarter four? December 31st, 2016. So end of the quarter means what is the last date possible for that quarter? It will give the end of the quarter. Now you can see April, but in the April, it will start from which quarter? April, January, February, March, first quarter. April will start from second quarter. April, May, June. Okay, June is the last of that quarter. So end of the quarter means in the June, what is the last date? June 30 is the last date, right? So what is the last possible day for that quarter? It will give when you use the end of the quarter. So this example, what is the start of the quarter, end of the quarter, why you will use, you will take some particular data and you will perform. So in that particular quarter, in the client will analyze in the quarter day sales. So he's at the mid of the quarter and he will ask how many days are left in that particular quarter. So in that condition, you will calculate, you will create a column called as end of the quarter. End of the quarter by minus current date. If you do, then what are the days left in that particular quarter? It will be useful for the client. So that once you take the real time data, you will able to calculate that. But in order to perform how many days are left, you need to understand what is the start of the quarter, what is the end, how we can calculate end of the quarter. So with the help of this, you can calculate how many days are left in that particular quarter. So this might be helpful for you in doing some analysis in the sales report. Okay. So end of the quarter means what is the end date? If you take any example, see August. August means third quarter third. See July, August, September. So August is falling on third, which quarter? July, August, September. What is the last date for September? 30 September is the last day. Okay. The third quarter, the last month is September, right? That you will get 39, 2014. So this is how you can calculate the end of the quarter. Again, in the order date also, you can see the quarter, end of the quarter, we have week. So in the same way, week of a year, week of a month, what is the start of a week? So week of a year, one you can select in this order data. And if you select the week of a year in this particular add column, if I select week and week of a year, so what is that week? So this November, this date, order date, November 8, 2016 will fall on 46th week. So assume out of 365 days, approximately we'll get 52 weeks, right? So November 11th November, 8th November 2016 is falling on which week? Out of 52 week, it is falling on 46th week. That day is falling on 46th week. So like that of the information, also you can extract from a simple date. When you have a date column by using Power Query, how many days are in month, what is the month name, what is the quarter name, what is the start of the quarter, what is the end of the quarter, what is the week of a year. So this type of, without writing any formula, we can able to extract this information. If you know how to just everything here menu based option. Suppose you have 1 lakh files, 1 lakh files. Day by day some data is adding to you in Excel file. If you want to copy that in the Excel, you control C and control V and you will copy that. It will take a manual task. But you have some 1 lakh files in a folder. Just you click on append by folder. 1 lakh files will be added within the fraction of the second. Within 30 seconds, you can club the data which is present in 1 lakh different Excel sheet by using append concept. If you know just menu based options in the Power Query. So that we'll be discussing what is append, what is merge in the coming classes that will be discussed. Now order date. Now in the same also in the quarter, you can in week it is over. So week of the month. So in that particular, this date is falling on which week? So this week, suppose I am selecting this order date. Okay, this is order date. I am extracting week of month. Okay, week of month. Now it is saying as second. It is falling on second week. Now how you can confirm? How you can confirm this order date 8th November 2016 is falling on second week of the in particular month. Suppose there are 4 weeks. This particular date is falling on November. That means falling on second week. So if you want to see, let us go to one calendar, November 2006 calendar. You can go and you can open in the Google. So you can ask the Google November 2016 calendar. November 2016 calendar. Suppose November. Yeah, November 2016 calendar if you open. So this is the November 2016 calendar. Now, what is the date you are looking for? November 8th, right? See, this is the November 8th. So any week in a calendar, it will starts from Sunday. It will starts from Saturday. It will ends with Saturday. So the first week we contains November. It starts from 1st and 5th. And second week starts from 6th to 12th. But you are looking at the date November 8th, right? Here you are looking for the date as this November 8, 2016. Where is November 8, 2016? This is the second week. It is falling on second week. So this is first week, second week, third week, fourth week, fifth week. So it is falling on the second week. So that is the example that you can see. November 8th is falling on second week. You can see in the here in the data November 8th. Now you can see in the November also, suppose in the 2016, if you have still any November dates or 2016, if you have any November dates, you can also cross verify. Suppose if you take another one, now December 2016, so, or you can take a larger date, November 22, 2015. So it is falling on which week? November 22. It is falling. Yes, they are saying as here November 22, right? November 22, 16th. It is November 22. It is falling on which? It is falling on fourth week. November 22. See, November 22, it is falling on fourth week. You can see here. I mean, November 22. It is fourth week. So let us open the November 2015 calendar and check. November 2015 calendar. November 2015 calendar. If you click on November 2015 calendar, now if I click on November 22, suppose November 22. So this November 22 should fall on fourth week. See here, one, it is first week. In the first week, have only one day. Second week, 2 to 8. Third week, 9 to 15. Fourth week, 16 to 22. So this November 22, 2015 is falling on fourth week. That's why you are getting as this November 22, November 2015, you are getting as a fourth week. So that is called as extracting week. In particular, if a day is given from this order date, you are extracting days, month, quarter, start of the quarter, end of the quarter. But if you want to extract this in the Excel, for everything you need to write the formula. And don't think that you are playing with the menu based option. For every operation you are writing, backend it is writing the code. This code we call it as mashup language, or this code. See, for an instructed week of year, see at the formula it is writing some code for it. To insert end of the year from the order date, it is extracting the end of year. For everything, it will write the code at the back end. In this Power Query, this code is called as M language. The meaning of M language is called mashup language. So you can ask me, sir, I don't know M language is there is no problem to understand. If you don't know, the mashup language is not a problem, but you need to understand how you can play with this menu based options. That information that it should be very useful for you. Okay. Now same order data. If you click on the date column, again week of the month, start of the week. Start of the week means in this November, what is the start of the week? The start data of the week that it will extract over here. That means start of a week. Suppose if we extract the start of the week, see it will start. That means suppose this November is there in the 8th, right? What is the start of the week? It starts from 6th. It starts from 6th, 7th, 8th, right? So what is the start day of that particular week? So if you want to see November, this date, okay, this date, what is the date we have extracted in the orders date? November 2016 calendar, right? So if you open November 2016 calendar, so that it will be again helpful for you. November 2016 calendar. See, we have first date. What is that first date? We have discussed about November 8th, right? The start date is, the order date is November 8th. So what is the start of the week means? What is the first date in that particular it will extract? So you can go here. What is the start date in November 8th here? The start date is November 6th, right? So the start of the week. So from in that particular week, it is starting from which date? That date it will give. That is called as start of the week. So you can see here in the November, it will give 6/11. So 8th, it is falling on 4th day. Okay, it is falling on 4th day, and it is 6/11. This week is starting from the November 6th. You can see here that week is starting from 6th, and it is falling in the 6th, 7th, third day it is falling. And each which week it is falling? First week, and it is falling on the second week. So like this, it is you are able to calculate. In the same way, if you say end of the week means the last date it will extract. Suppose it will extract. If you get this order data, if you start with where is the order date? Yes. In the order date, if you select the data in the select week, if you select the start end of the week. So if you select the end of the week, 12th, it will select the 12/11/2016. So if you extract over here, that week extract from start of the week, here you are 8th. What is the start date of the week? That week is starting from 6th. If you give end of the week, this particular week is ending with the 12th date. So that 12th date it will give. So end of the week is 12th. So start of the week is 6th, and 8th, it is falling on week of the month. Which month? It is falling on second week. Like this, you can understand that the minute examples like this also, because this, when you work on the time, see, it becomes easy why you are calculating. But when I work on time intelligence function and I be in after 10 or 15 classes, this type of operation, what I am using, this will be useful for your analysis. So your client will ask directly, he will not mention the name. He will give week-wise report. In a month, he will ask, compare my second week sales with third week sales. Sometimes in particular month, in week, third week, he will give a lot of offers in particular week. Suppose so due to the big billion day, in the week third, he was given a lot of offers for particular third week. Suppose 8th to 12th. And if he asks you to calculate the sales for that particular week, because if you give some offers on big billion day, lot of offers, many people will do shopping at that part. So you want to keep that, you want to analyze that particular week sales. In that condition, you can helpful for you. So sometimes in particular day sales also, in Power Query also, you can, in the filter function, you will see what is the last day sales, last minutes, how many you have say, last second sales also you can predict when you connect to the live data. What are the sales which has happened in last 1 minute, last 5 minutes also we can able to see it when you connect the data to the live connection. Okay, that we'll see in the coming example. Now, not only this, apart from this order date also, we have discussed about with a single date function, we have discussed year, month, how many ways, week, how many ways extracted, day. Now, what is meant by day? Day means if you extract a day over here simple, in this order date, what is the day means? It is DD YY format. So day means 08, that 0 to 1 to that will be extracted very simple. So if I extract day, see that month, that day 08, 012. So DD YY format, right? The day will be extracted over here. See in the order date, we can see in the order date way here, day 08, 12, 11. So this is the date. First two letters are the date, right? That first two letters will be extracted over here. Now, coming to this order date also, in the orders date, if you go to the date function, in the day function, if you have day of a week, see what is the day of a week? If you want to extract on that particular day, on which day it is falling, if you want to see. See, if I suppose November 2016, I extracted day of a week. Okay, I've extracted the day of a week. Now it is falling on the second week. So that particular November 8th, it is falling on the second week. So if you see here, November 8th, any week will starts from first, starts from November, Saturday and ends with Sunday that we have discussed, right? I will try to open this. Yeah. See, November 8th, that it is falling. This date is falling on which week? So any week will start from Sunday and ends with Saturday. So here 1 to 5, here 6 to 12. So it is falling on second week. November 8th, it is falling on second week. So that is the information we have got over here. Yeah, it is falling on the day of a week. In the second week, you fall. So the particular date is falling on second week. And one more thing, if you want to extract this date also, in the date column, we have day and day of week, day we have extracted day of week and day of a year. So on which day it will fall on particular day. If you extract order data in the day of a year out of 365 days. So November 8th will be the 313th day. That is particular day. So in a calendar, we'll have 365 days, right? So when you extract a day of year, that means out of 365 days in the calendar, what in the which day that 8th November 2016 is falling. So it is falling out of 365 days. It is falling on 313th day. That is called as day of a year. So in that condition also you can extract from that particular date. Okay. If I select the order date again, and if I select the day of a year and start of the day, what is meant by start of the day? Suppose November, what is in the day which will start from first only, right? First November will be start of the day. If I select the click on start day, you can see that means that week will starts from which date. It will create the that particular start of the day. Okay, so if I extract the order date over here, order date. So if I start go to the date column, in the day column, start of day. So the start of the day, if you extract the November 18th over here, that means it's mean like let us go here on November 8th, the start of the day. So in that particular month, that means it is giving the date of that particular in November 8th, 2016 only we have selected, right? What is the order date? This is where we are getting in order date. Yeah. In the order date, you can go to the state column. Yeah, start of the day. Yeah, this day is starting from that means you will get the particular date only. The start of the day, you click on in this particular day, which date is starting, start of the end of the day, it will give the same. But in the date column, what will be useful in the real time is we want to extract the name of the day is very important. That means 8th November 2016 is there, right? They want to know whether it is falling on Saturday or Sunday or Monday. That is very important to calculate. So in this day, now instead of start of the day, end of the day means it is getting the same day. That is not required. But we want to know 8th November 2016, exactly it is falling on which day. So day, you extract the name of the day. So in this 8th November 2016, you will get it as Tuesday. So whether you need to classify 8th November is Tuesday or not. Go to the calendar and 8th November. See, this is the 8th November. Every month, every week will starts from Sunday. you have said Sunday, Monday, this is Tuesday. So 8th November is falling on Tuesday. Okay. So this type of, so why the day is also, so you can ask me, sir, why you are calculating the day, how it will be useful for analysis. So in type of some business or retail business, they want to, if you want to analyze by using this day, if your client is asking, how I want to analyze my weekend sales. Okay. So what is the weekend? Suppose if you are a DMart, you want to compare his weekday sales to weekend sales. You can apply the filter and click on Saturday and Sunday. Click on OK. So you will get the sales related to this Saturday and Sunday itself. So while creating the visuals in the coming classes, if your client want to compare his business, how much business I have done in weekday and weekend how my business is performing, and weekday how my business is performing, then in that condition, extracting the day from that particular date will become important. So coming to the shopping malls, right, to the theater, most of the people will try to go on the weekend. So they want to see how their business is performing at the weekday and compared to the weekend. In that condition, extracting the day name will becomes very crucial. So this is how. So I'm removing, in order to remove the filter, you can filter out. So this is how you can use by selecting a single date. See, right now, we started the class with only a single date, order date. We try to extract from this order date, we have extracted month, month name, quarter, start of the quarter, end of the quarter, week of year, week of month, start of month, end of week, day, what is day of week, what is the day of year, what is the start day, what is end day, okay, what is the day name example. So this type of the interaction that you can able to do with this. Now, apart from that, we have the different options we also will be present over here. So what are the different? Suppose if I go to some column, suppose I will go to the order column. What is there is an option called as choose column. Okay, and there is an option called as choose column. Choose column means now this is the order date. Now you want to go to the this is the region column. Okay. So if the number of the column is suppose right now I'm in row ID. Now I want to go to the region column. So as the columns are less, that's I can search here where is the region, and I will go and search for where is the region, and I will go manually and search wherever is a region is there. I will go to the region like this. It is I'm scrolling here, scrolling. I am searching for region. It's taking some time, right? So region. See now I found the region. Now, if I want to directly go to the region, suppose in working at the real time, there may be 1 lakh or something, 100 or something, 10,000 columns are there. In that condition, you cannot grow and like this, it will take a lot of time, right? So in this condition, you can go, you can click on choose column. In the choose column, you can click on go to column. In the go to column, you can click on region. Wherever the region is there, you can search on that particular region and you can select. So if you don't know about where is the region, just you can type here region. So when you click on region and click on OK, directly you will go to the region column. Okay, this is how. Now from this here, choose columns. If I want to go to the columns, in go columns, I want to go to the state column. So click on STAT state. Click on OK. See, now we'll go to the state column. Now in the choose column also the problem here is in the row ID, if I click on the go to column, right now, the problem is directly somebody asked to go to the sales column. Instead of searching, if I want to grow, I need to see where is the sales column. So these are not present in the alphabetic order. What is the order? In the column, what is row ID? It is coming first. Order ID is second. So if they are not arranged in the alphabetic order, it is hard for me to find the location. So this is called as natural order. Natural order means whatever the columns are present here in the same way it is storing. But if you want to convert them into alphabetic order, you click over here. It will click on name. When you click on name, all the columns will be arranged along with the alphabetic order. So you click on name. C, D, E. Now, if I ask the region, I will directly go to the region R alphabet. See, R, it is starting from the region, and I will select OK. Directly, I can go to the region column. Again, I could go to the go to column over here. Here, If I am asked to go to any column, like again, it is not in the order, right? Row ID, order ID. I first write, I will convert into the name into alphabetic order. If somebody asking me to go to the sales column or segment, sales means starting with S letter, right? It is the sales S letter. I will click on sales and go to the sales column directly. Or if you want to, you know the column name, what is the column that you are looking? Or simply, if you want to go to a discount column, you are thinking, yeah, I want to go to a discount column. Just to click as discount, DIS, it will go discount. You can click on OK. So directly you will go to the discount column. So if this option choose column will be helpful, go to column when you have the lot of number of many columns are there if you want to go to particular column. And there is option called as choose column. What is meant by choose column? The choose column means suppose there are many rows are there. Suppose many columns are there. Suppose in the data there are some 100 columns are there. But you know, for your completing that project, I think only the first 5 columns are necessary for to perform any calculation. And I don't want this all other columns. I don't want other columns. So I want only the only first 5 columns to be present. I don't want other columns. Okay, because that columns is the extra data I don't want. In that condition, what you will select, you will select any one of the column, go to the choose column, click on the choose column over here. Now, if you select all, it is automatically select all columns because it representing all columns. When you unselect all, now you are familiar like there are only 5 columns I need for. I need only customer name column, segment column, suppose sales column, okay, quantity column, region column, okay, discount. I want only this column to be represented in my table. I don't want to remove other column. I don't want other columns. In that condition, you can select that particular column and click on OK. Now the selected column only will appear and remaining columns will be deleted. See, we click on OK. When you click on OK, see customer name, segment, region, sales, quantity, discount. These are the columns I have selected. Those columns only will remain and all other columns will be deleted. Okay. So that is the use of this choose columns. If you want some columns only, if you don't want other columns to be in the table, you can go for choose columns. And what is meant by go to column? If you suppose if you have lot of columns in your report, if you want to go to the specific column, you will go for go to column. Okay, now I will remove this table, then you will get all the columns back. Now other column called as, there is an option called as remove columns. Okay, what is meant by remove columns? Now I select, see, I don't want the first 3 columns. Select row ID, I don't want. Click on the control button, order ID, you select order ID column, ship ID column. First 3 columns I've selected. Now I click on remove columns, click on remove columns. When you click on remove columns, the first 3 columns will be deleted and your row will start from ship mode. So remove columns. See, first 3 columns will be removed. Then it is starting from ship mode. So what is the use of remove columns? When you use remove columns, the selected column will be deleted and other columns will remain. Okay. Then you can ask me, sir, I want to get one step back. What? See, one more thing. Whatever the operations you are doing, all operations will be recorded here in the applied steps. So we started with the date. We have inserted month name, quarter of year, end of the quarter, week of year, week, month, start of year, end of month, inserted day, week of year, start of the day name, all others. The steps are will be recorded here. And if you want to see what are the operation you will perform over here, when you use advanced editor, see what are the steps you have performed from the starting connected to the data source, and all the information will be captured by in the form of mashup language in advanced editor. They will ask what is the use of advanced editor. The use of advanced editor is whenever you perform every applied steps, all that formula will be recorded in a single go in one place. That is called as advanced editor. And the language used in this advanced editor is mashup language. So here steps are captured and how these steps are performed. What is the backend code is involved that you can see in a single go in the advanced editor. Okay. That is, this also you need to understand. Right? Remove columns. If you want to go step back, you can go to the remove columns back. Again, you came back. Now, my requirement is if I select these columns, remove columns means whatever the columns you select, okay? If you click on remove column, this selected columns will go, other columns will remain. Now, this selected columns will be deleted. Okay. Now, same, I will select row column, order ID column, ship ID column. Now, remove other columns I select. What is mean if you select remove other columns means what are the columns which are selected that will remain, and what are the other columns other than the selected columns, all columns will delete it. That means at the final result you will find only these three columns. See, remove, you have selected this, I have selected remove other columns means only selected columns will be remain, all other columns will be deleted. If you want to see remove other column, see, only these columns you have selected, that columns only will remain and all other columns will delete it. But when you use remove columns, what happened? The selected columns will delete it. Okay. But remove other columns means selected columns will remain and all other columns will be deleted. Okay. If you go back one step, remove other columns, you can see here. So that is, we have seen what is choose columns. If you want to select particular columns, go to columns. If you want to go to the particular column, remove columns. If you want to select the columns and that column to be deleted, you go for remove columns. If you want to remove other columns, if you want to remove other columns means the selected columns will remain and if other columns will be deleted, you go for remove other columns. So this is how you need to understand. And we have see there another option called as keep rows, keep bottom rows, keep range of rows, keep duplicates, keep errors, keep top rows. Suppose if I want to select any particular order ID over here, any particular order ID. So if any one of the table I've selected, if I click on keep top rows. So if I select a keep top 10 rows, so how many rows more than 999 plus rows are there? I'm selecting to keep top row and click on OK. So only 1 to 10 top 10 rows will be remain. That is called as keep rows, keep top rows. That means starting 10 rows you have keep it. And if you want to delete, you will go step back. Now keep bottom rows. When you go down, I want the last 999 this records that the last top 10 records I want and remaining all records I want to delete. In that condition, keep rows, keep bottom rows. How many bottom 10 rows I want? So what are the bottom 10 rows are there? Like in 2017 that last that bottom 10 records will remain and all other records other than that it will get in. That is called as keep last rows. If you want to go one step back, you can click on it, you can go step back. And if you want to keep a range of rows, so range of rows means I want to keep the rows from 5 to 10. Suppose here 5, that means US here 10896 to 10, CA 115 or 5 to 15 I want like that. So keep range of rows. It will ask starting from which row to which row you want. So starting from fifth, see here from this fifth row I want, starting from fifth row. I want how many rows? Starting from fifth row, I want some 5 rows. Click on. So the starting from fifth, that means US 2015 108 from here, you will get 5 records, number of 5 rows. Okay. See US 5010896. From there, 1, 2, 3. From here, from there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 records you will get. So that is called as keep range of rows. Now there are called as keep duplicates. Suppose if you go one step back here, if your data contains some duplicates value, but as of now we don't have any duplicates over here. If you want to select this in the keep rows, if you want to keep the duplicates, so whatever the duplicates, so this table is we don't have any duplicate value. That's why you are getting empty. But sometimes in the real time, if you have duplicated data, you can able to get the duplicates. Okay. Now, in some cases, if you have some errors in your class, so if you want to keep the errors, so yeah, as of now, we don't have any errors. That's why if you keep errors also, I will get most of them back because this data is cleaned data. We don't have any errors. But if you have some errors in your data and you want to see where are the actual errors are present, you can click on keep errors. Okay. So I'm stopping here because as a 9, you may have some offices, everything. So let's stop here. And if you have any doubts, you can ask me in the next class, or you can ask me also now itself. 1 second. I will stop the recording so that. Yeah. So is it clear? The class is clear, Lakshman,